Have you ever started the new year with clear plans, you're organized, you have a clear path ahead of you, and then life decides to ignore all your plans? You buy the planner, you have the organization, you're all ready to go, your lists are out, your goals are outlined, and then a family member gets sick, or someone's car breaks down, or an adult child needs help, or any list of other things that you can think of that might happen. Life starts lifing and life laughs at your plans. And then suddenly you're behind again. If you're in your 40s or 50s, you know this already, but life does not move in straight lines. It's gonna corkscrew and squiggly squirrel and go up and back and do all the things just to keep you on your toes. And today we're gonna talk about how to set real goals that work with all those squiggly lines, but in a way that actually works with life, not against it. Because this season of life isn't about perfection, it's about resilience, momentum, adaptation. And that's what we're gonna talk about today. At this point in life, we're not just managing our own time, we're managing our family's time. Adult kids, aging parents, your spouse, your energy, your emotional bandwidth, and a whole host of other things that we have to deal with. The old set it and forget it goal setting doesn't work anymore. We have to be adaptable and we have to be able to kind of roll with the punches because we want to be able to be there for our family. We want to be able to be there for our aging parents. So we have the right idea of setting goals for ourselves, but we also have to put a little wiggle room in there because we know we want to be able to be there for our family and friends when they need us. And here's the biggest mindset shift that happens with that is that you're not getting off track when things happen. You're just adapting. You're not getting off track because life just interrupted your plans. Interruptions are not failures, they're part of the design. Big goals are certainly inspiring, but they can also be paralyzing. Have you ever had that analysis paralysis feeling where you watch all the videos, you watch all the YouTube, and you can watch as many YouTube videos, you can listen to as many podcasts, you can read as many books as you want, but unless you put them into action, it's only going to be knowledge. It isn't going to get you a step closer to your goals. Don't get me wrong, knowledge is great, and I watch as many YouTubes as I can to get motivated. One of the things that I've set for myself in this year around social media and consuming content is that I have to create something before I consume it. So my suggestion to you is to create little micro goals, because when we have big lofty goals, it feels so far away. And then when we have these little life interruptions, it feels like everything is just crumbling. I saw a YouTuber talking about this and she said, well, if I ate one cookie, I might as well eat the whole bag. Well, if I spent $1, I might as well spend every dollar that I have. Or I got one flat tire, I might as well just flatten them all. It doesn't make sense to throw out all of your progress and throw out everything that you've worked for so far because you've had one setback. When you do have a small delay and it feels like a failure, you think, I might as well just start over. This year's already ruined. What's the point now? I've had so many setbacks. So motivation isn't the problem. It's the design of your goals. So we're gonna set micro goals instead of big, huge, lofty, year-long goals. So when life interrupts my timeline, here's a little hack that I use. First, stop emotionally spiraling. Yes, it's a setback. Yes, it's frustrating. Is it the end of the world? Probably not. Your goal is still there and you're still able to accomplish it. You just have been set back a little bit. Instead of thinking, oh, I'm so behind on my goals, think, I'm adjusting and adapting to my goals instead. And it shifts the mindset to a more positive outlook. Ask yourself what's actually happening in your life right now. Are your goals able to support what is happening in your life? What season of life are you in? And honestly, what do you realistically have energy for? Resetting does not mean quitting. Reset means update the plan, adjust the pace, change the scope of the plan, but keep the intention. The destination might stay the same, but the route can always change. Think about your goal and think, does this still fit into your life right now? Or did you design this goal based around a fantasy version of yourself? It can sometimes be difficult to take a hard look at goals like that because it really holds up a mirror to ourselves and who we are, but it's a reality check that we need so we can move the ball forward. We don't want to look at smoke and mirrors and then we'll never get to where we want to go. We have to look at reality, stare it in the face, and understand where we are today and what we want to get accomplished tomorrow. Be honest, be compassionate, but be strategic. This is where those micro goals that I was talking about come into play. Instead of, I'm completely going to transform my health this year, I'm going to walk 3 times for 20 minutes this week. Or I'm going to drink water before I have my coffee in the morning. Or I'm going to stretch while I'm watching Netflix. Tweaks like that can really help you get to where you want to go. Small goals can build confidence, consistency. They can shift your self-identity, and they can create momentum. Why do micro goals work? Well, your nervous system loves safety, and your brain loves to win. Micro goals reduce overwhelm, build trust in yourself, they create visual progress, and they lower resistance to meeting your ultimate goal. And most importantly, they make you feel successful while life is still super messy. I had this whole plan of a YouTube video and a whole series that I was going to do this week and post it on Instagram. I had it all mapped out. And then my husband hit a pothole and I had to go pick him up from work, and it took half a day. And then the appliance guys came and I had to sit with them, and that took half a day. And you could go on and on with the and thens, and it just blew my whole plan completely out of the water. I had this whole plan of what my week was going to look like, and I was trucking right along, and a couple of days went really, really well. And then I got a phone call that our townhouse is going to be rented. Well, my son is coming in, and he was going to be staying in that townhouse while he's doing his internship. So I quickly had to drop everything I was doing, go find an apartment, tour the apartment. He's filling out the application. I have to clean out the townhouse for these new people that were coming in. So all of the things that I had on my schedule to do this week got kind of thrown out. So I asked myself, what's the smallest version of this goal that I could do to keep myself accountable and on track? And that manifested itself in shorts and a couple of Instagram posts. And that changed everything. It made me feel like I was still working on my goals. I was still trying to add value to you guys. And I was able to help my son find an apartment and get our townhouse cleaned out. Success is not perfect routines, perfect consistency, or perfect timelines. Success is keeping promises to yourself in small ways, recommitting quickly, adjusting without quitting, and becoming the kind of woman that doesn't abandon herself. So grab a piece of paper, and I'm going to read these little prompts off for you. The first one is, what's one goal that you feel behind on? I know what that is for me. Leave a comment down below what that one goal is for you. The second thing you're going to write on this piece of paper is, what is one small version of that goal that you can do daily or weekly? And the third thing on that piece of paper is, what would showing up imperfectly look like? And that's your new plan. And that's going to be beautiful. This season of life isn't about proving anything. It's about building systems that you can sustain, creating rhythms instead of rules, and becoming a woman who adapts instead of quit. You're not behind, you're just building a life that fits who you are now. So if this video resonated with you, leave me a comment down below of a micro goal you're going to set for yourself. This season of life isn't about proving anything. It's about building a life that you can sustain. This is about creating rhythms, not rules. And this is about becoming a woman who adapts instead of quits. You're not behind, you're just building a life around the woman that fits you now. And if you're walking through a season of reset, just know you're not alone. We're all in this together, creating this new chapter of life. Like this video if you've enjoyed this content, share it with a friend or family member if you think they'll like it too. Subscribe to the channel, it really helps me a lot, and I will see you in my next video.